Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the call. My name is Felita Danieli. For the benefit of those of you who are watching this recording, my name is Felita Danieli, Direct Sales Leader with New Avon LLC. I am coming out to you today. We are doing our weekly training call, and tonight's call, we're going to focus on how to market using directories. Actually, how to use reverse street directories. Now, some of you probably have in the past watched my postcard training video on how to actually market and actually get your business out there using postcards. And the question came up in the group on last week, and a young lady asked, one of the representatives asked, how do you actually market? How do you actually find the actual addresses when you are using postcards to actually market your business? So that's what we want to focus on tonight and show you how to actually find customers and basically market to people in one geographical location. Now, I have used this strategy in the past. I have not consistently used it, but I can tell you that when I did use it, I did get results. And it's just like with anything. Sometimes you'll start doing something and you may not, you'll stop because you're not getting a lot of results from it. So you have to sort of like stay the course. Last week we talked about what's the one thing that you're using to focus on. So I honestly believe that it's important for you to find one strategy and work that strategy consistently until you see you get some results. I honestly would say to try to work it for at least 30 days. Okay. And if you don't see anything after 30 days, then it's definitely time for you to move on to a new strategy. Now, if you are, if you have more time, then you can start incorporating another strategy to help you build your business as well. But so on tonight's call, we're going to talk about using the reverse street directories and how to find those particular potential customers in one geographical area. Okay. Now, I know that all of you are familiar with Google Maps. Okay. All of us use Google Maps on our cell phone. I use Google Maps when I'm going to a specific location. You may be also interested in finding out who your actual neighbors are. Some of us live in neighborhoods and we don't even know who our neighbors are. Okay. So by using this strategy, it will give you an opportunity to focus on either business customers, door-to-door businesses, or it will give you the opportunity to target residential customers. Well, however way you decide that you want to work your business is totally left up to you. Now, I have actually started doing a search here myself, and you can see here where I have already typed in like doctors in Riverdale, Georgia. Okay, I live in Riverdale, Georgia. Okay, you can also do specifically doctors, and the reason why I say I typed in doctors is because when I am out marketing, I always think of locations where people are going to sit down. Okay. And when people are going to sit down, that gives them an opportunity to pick up a brochure. Now, if you are doing door-to-door businesses, this targeting doctor's offices would be a great way to find new customers. Now, when you consistently do that and you really hit up a lot of doctor's offices, you'll find that your business will really start to flourish. Now, what I used to do when I first started my business and before the actual internet, I would just choose doctor's offices in one specific area, okay? And what I would do is I would probably pack maybe 40 to 50 brochures that I was going to go out to do target marketing that particular day. And I just targeted all of the actual offices within one area. I would just park my car and I would get out and just go do door to door. And when I would walk into the doctor's offices, I would walk in, I would introduce myself, let the receptionist know that I was the local Avon representative. And I wanted to know if I could leave a brochure with them and also a couple of brochures in their lobby area, in their waiting area. And I'd say a good 95% of the doctor's offices that I visited were very, very receptive, very, very receptive. And what I love the most about marketing and targeting doctor's offices was that you always generally ended up with, you know, sometimes the receptionist would order, and then the people who worked there in the office, they would come in, and if whoever was relieving the receptionist for lunch or whenever she had to take a break or whatever, they would see the brochure there. And so they would always inquire. And so I ended up getting multiple orders from the people that worked there in the doctor's office. So I would encourage you to target doctor's offices. And when you go to these offices, you want to make sure that you are leaving at least 5 brochures per office. Think about this. When you go into a doctor's office and you sit down and you're waiting to see the doctors, generally, what do you see on the table? Magazines, exactly. So why not, if they see magazines right there, why not have your Avon brochures there as well? So what I would normally do is I would always leave 2 brochures with the receptionist, and I would leave a minimum of 2 to 3 brochures in the waiting area. And that way, when customers came in and customers had an opportunity to sit there and wait for a few minutes, you have a captive audience there. So that's why, you know, targeting doctor's offices is always a great way to market your business. Now, depending on what city you actually live in, if you just go to Google Maps, just type in Google Maps in your search engine, and it'll populate. Okay. So when it populates, this is exactly what you're going to see. Now, what I did here in the search bar here, I just typed in doctors in Atlanta, Georgia. So if I click right here, it's going to pretty much bring up, okay, this is my computer again, my internet is running a little slow for some reason. Let me try another search here. Okay. Let me redo this here. Let me go back and put Riverdale, Georgia like I had in here before. I should have just left, as my mom would say, well enough alone. Okay. All right. So I went back and put in doctors in Riverdale, Georgia. So right now it looks like it was trying to search for doctors in that area. Okay. Now, if you look here on the left-hand side here, you can see that all of these doctor's offices here came up. These are the doctor's offices here in the Riverdale, Georgia area here. Okay. Now, what I would do is I would look at this address right here. This doctor here is located at 217 Medical Way. Okay. This doctor here is located at 33 Upper Riverdale Road. Okay. So you know that by using this particular address here, if you go over here to this map, you'll see here, you can see where all of these doctors' offices are actually located here on the Google map. You see here, just by hovering your mouse over this area, you see here, this is where Dr. Anwura is located, right here. Okay. And Dr. Shear, Glenn, if you go down here and just hover over here, you can pretty much kind of zoom in to see exactly, there's Dr. Shear right there, okay? Now, I do know for a fact that in this building right here, my OBGYN, you can click right here on this, if my computer will act right, if my internet will come up. Come on now, work for me tonight, computer. Let's see here. Now, normally you could click on and do an aerial view here, and it will bring up everything here in this area.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you get to see exactly what this doctor's office, this doctor's building here actually looks like. Now, usually if there's like a 2-story building here, generally you're going to have like several physicians in that one building. Okay, so you may have, if it's like a 2-story building, sometimes you may have like 8 to 10 doctor's offices in that one building. Okay, but how you can tell that, see, this particular address here is number 81 Upper Riverdale Road, Riverdale, Georgia 30274. Now that we have the address, let me just go ahead and write this address down. 81 Upper Riverdale Road, Riverdale, Georgia 30274. Okay, so now what I want to show you how to actually look it up and to do the reverse street directory. It'll tell you specifically what doctors are actually located in that building. Okay, so when you go to White Pages, you want to go to whitepages.com and you want to go ahead and create a free account. Okay, so when you open up and you create your free account, you want to go right here. You'll see here where you can do a search by person, you can do a search by phone, you can do a search by reverse address, and you can do a search by business. So since we already have the address, I'm going to go ahead and type in the address that I wrote down. That address is 81 Upper Riverdale Road, and that's in Riverdale, Georgia 30274. And I'm going to click right here to do a search, and it's going to, okay, why is it telling me no addresses were found? Because there were plenty. I know that there are plenty of offices there. This is interesting. Now, if Google Maps is telling us that it's there, I don't understand why White Pages is not picking it up. Okay, let me do a reverse street directory. Let me do a reverse on Upper. Type in the name just like it is on Google Maps, Upper Riverdale. I don't know if the capital letters have anything to do with it or not, but we'll see. 81 Upper Riverdale Road, Riverdale. Let me type in the capital R and the capital G and see if that will do anything. I am not sure why this is not pulling up, because there is an address here. It's showing 81 Upper Riverdale Road. Okay, let me type in number 210 and see what comes up. Number 210. Number 210, Riverdale, Georgia 30274. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I guess you have to be very specific with it. Okay, so if you look down here, down at the bottom, you'll see here that here are the neighbors within that area. Here is also a map and a satellite here where you can actually see an aerial view of what that doctor's office actually looks like. So if you want to do like a postcard mailing to these doctors, or if you want to just go ahead and go into these doctors' offices, then You just make sure that you have enough brochures to target these offices. Now, let me warn you, you're going to probably see listed on the doors, no soliciting, okay? The only thing if I honestly had actually paid attention to the signs that said no soliciting, I probably wouldn't have a business at all. I just totally bypassed the signs that said no soliciting, because technically I'm not coming in there trying to sell them anything. I'm just asking if I can leave brochures, okay?
Right.
So it just really depends on your perspective and how you actually see it, okay? So you can see here that there is a doctor's office here called Wellstar Medical Group, okay? So this is one address here, and let me see if there is a suite number listed here. Okay, you see that there's Brian, let's see, Brian Kirkland Evans, okay, and then there's one other resident it's showing here. Okay, so there are actually four different doctors within that one location right there. Okay, so apparently, since this particular doctor's office here does not have an actual suite number, this may be on like the main floor. And I don't know if all of these doctors would actually be in the same office. They could possibly all be working in the same office, because I do know sometimes a lot of physicians are coming together now and they are working together. So, you know, sharing the expense and the overhead and everything, that's probably what's going on here. So you've got Wellstar Medical Group, you've got Brian Kirkland, you got psychiatric consultants, and you got Gregory Lunsford, MD here. Okay, so if you go down here, you have, here's a 81 Upper Riverdale Road, Suite 115. Okay, it says no current owner or residents listed here. Okay, so sometimes with white pages, sometimes they can give you inaccurate information. So that's the reason why I generally would prefer to actually go into the doctor's offices. Now, you can actually go ahead and mail postcards to these offices, okay? Now, you probably have already seen these postcards. I posted them in the group before, but these are some of the postcards you can actually get from Town and Country Printing, okay? These are just basic postcards, and on the back here, you can indicate whatever information that you want right here, and then you address it to the office right here, okay? So generally what I would probably do right here is just type a label, and I would just label all of my postcards here, put a label right here that has my name, my website information, and my phone number on this side, and then I would just address it to the doctor's office on that right side there, okay? Now, these are some of my old cards that I made. Some of you probably have this template, but this card, these little postcards, they're gonna take you, you'll have to do a little bit extra work with these. You would have to take these to the copy center. You would have to purchase the cardstock paper. Then you have to have them cut. So when you talk about, when you look at the expense that's involved that you'll actually incur from having these or using these cards, you'll probably end up spending a little bit more money by doing it this way. It's best to just go ahead and just purchase your cards through Town and Country Printing, okay? Because these look much nicer, they're much more professional. However, you could take some of the information off of this card and you can put it on your label to put on this card. You basically just, it's really all about getting your name out there, okay? It's all about hitting your numbers. So now that we have listed here, we have more doctors listed here as well. So we can see here that we have about 19. It says there are 19 neighbors found at this particular address right here, okay? So if you choose to go in, that will probably be the best way, because people will buy from you much faster if they can see you face to face. And I think that's one of the reasons why I was so successful at doing targeting and marketing doctor's offices because people actually saw my face. Now, of course, they did see my website address on the back of the brochures, but again, it's a face-to-face thing. When people actually can see you, they get to know you, they get to like you, and of course, they get to determine whether or not they trust you or not, okay? So what I would do is just, if you're gonna choose to do the postcard route, then what I would do is purchase the return address labels. Okay, I got these at a discount store. We have a little discount store here that sells a lot of discounted office supplies. And I purchased these, but you can get these at Walmart. You can get them at Office Depot. Pretty much any office supply store will carry these, okay? Now, I only use these labels to type the actual address of where they're actually going, okay? Now, I use the regular, I don't even have an example here, but the regular labels, regular address labels, they normally come like 30 per page. These return address labels they're 80 per page. But you see how small they are? Because they're actually return address labels. But for the other labels, I would use the regular labels, the ones that come 30 labels per sheet. Okay, I would use those to type in your other information. Okay, so all you want to do is copy and paste. Copy and paste, okay? That's all you want to do. So I've already, like, this is one of my last mail outs that I use. Can y'all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, this is one of my last mail outs that I did. Now, I mailed out to a residential community, okay? So what I did was I did the same reverse street directory. I used the same directory, and I just went in and I got the addresses of all of the people that lived on that one street, and that street was called Clayton Crossing Lane. Okay, I didn't type in anybody's name, I just typed in resident. Okay, and using the 411 directory and also using the white pages directory, it will tell you whether or not someone is actually living at that address. So if nobody is listed or living at that address, don't worry about sending anything there. Don't waste your materials, okay? But all you want to do is just copy the information, copy and paste, copy and paste. So all I would do is just go in here, copy this information. They used to have it where you could copy it, but now it seems like you can't. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, hold on a second. Yeah, so go in here and just copy it, right click and copy it, and then go into your labels and just paste it here. I know these numbers, these letters are gonna be so big. Look at how big they are. Okay, that's at a 28, so this is probably about a 9 or a 10, somewhere around in there. Okay, so let me delete this information here. It's probably just best to just go ahead and type this in because all of these was pasted in. Okay, so by using this particular way, all you can do is just type in the address here, 81 Upper Riverdale Road, and then just type in the suite number. If it's suite 110, Riverdale, Georgia. Okay, so all you could do is, let me delete these down here. Show you here. Okay. Okay. Okay, sometimes with these, the ones that, generally with these little smaller return address labels, it's kind of hard to get everything on here. So
Yeah.
it'd be a little challenging getting everything on here. So you could see if it's possible to just put like, you can put like doctor's office. Doctor's office, and that address 81 Upper Riverdale Road. Okay, and then just take that and copy it, and then just keep putting it down like that. And then what you'll have to do is go back and then go back and change the suite address. Some of the, you know, one may be suite 100, some may be suite 110, some may be suite 120 or 115.
Right.
115. One may be suite 120. Some may be suite 125. Just like that. And that will save you a lot of time from having to go in and type each and every one individually. Okay. So when you print it out, you'll have everything already printed out, and all you'll have to do is just take the label and just stick it on the to area here, and just take your basic label that you're going to be using, or with whatever information you're going to print on that label, and just paste it on the side here on this side. And again, it just also depends. Now, if you're going to use this template, you can look inside the group. Inside the group, this template is posted inside the group. Just look inside, go in the group and look in the file section. And this is called the postcard template. So all you have to do is just print that out, take it to the office supply store, and you will need to purchase some postcard, or basically cardstock paper. Okay, you can't send it out on regular paper. It has to be on cardstock paper. And the reason why I use color is because it captures their attention. It won't get lost in the shuffle. Everybody is generally using like white envelopes or beige envelopes or something like that. If you wanted to really capture their attention, you need to use really, really bright colors. So when I bought this cardstock paper, it was like a combination of like bright fuchsia, bright green, bright orange. It was really, really bright colors to capture the attention. So when it came in, everybody likes color. You're standing out above the crowd. So if they're seeing all of this white and beige colored mail, when they see a pink card or something looks really, really pink, that's the first thing they're going to pick up and they're going to see. Okay. Now, let me give you another way that you want to do this as well. After you have mailed the postcards out, give it at least, if you mail it out, if you're mailing it out, let's just say, for instance, you mail it tomorrow. So chances are, more than likely, they will probably reach everybody by that Tuesday, no later than that Wednesday. Get on the phone and do a follow-up call and introduce yourself. Say, hello, my name is Felita. I mailed you out an Avon postcard on last week, and I just want to follow up and confirm that you did receive it. This way, this gives you an opportunity to follow up. So the money that you have spent on your investment of buying the postcards and also purchasing the postage stamps, this gives you an opportunity to follow up with them. Because when you look at the whitepages.com, it's going to give you all of the information that you need to be able to follow up with all of the people that you mail it out to. Okay, so your phone numbers are always listed here. So you see here, you've got, if you click on here, well, this one says no current resident. So let me go back to the other one. So if you click here, you'll see that it has a telephone number. So maybe start you some type of little notebook or something that you can use as your follow-up. This way, you can ask them, you know, when you follow up with them, you can ask them, would they like for you to, would they like to be placed on your mailing list? Or you can just tell them, just say, I'm going to be in your area next week. Would it be okay if I stop by to leave some brochures for your office? Okay. And if they say yes, that's fine. Then you just put them on your list to go by there to drop off brochures. Okay. Or you can save yourself the time, you can save yourself the energy from mailing out, or the expense from mailing out all of these postcards, and just do it on your own. Just, you know, get dressed up, okay, look business professional, make sure that you look well, you've got your Avon jewelry on, you've got your lipstick on, even if you don't do makeup, making sure you are looking the part. The more professional you look when you walk into these business offices, these doctor's offices, the more receptive they're going to be. Now, I promise you, if you walk in not intact, you're wearing jeans, you're wearing just, you know, anything, they are not going to be receptive to you. I promise you that. And the reason why I say that is because I have been in offices or sitting in doctor's offices before, and I've seen some people come in doctor's offices and they were not dressed professional. You have to understand, these doctor's offices are dealing with people. They're dealing with salespeople. They're dealing with people all day long. So you have to look the part. So just like other medical salespeople come in to sell them products, it's like you have to be also up there at that level to look professional, like they are looking when they come into the office. So make sure that you are looking professional. If you've got on a nice pair of slacks, you know, a nice blouse, nice jacket, make sure you are looking the part. And if you're wearing your jewelry, your Avon jewelry, that's even a plus for you as well, because that's a selling point, because they see that you are accessorized, you look really, really nice. So they will definitely be receptive to you. But again, I've been in doctor's offices before where people came in and they were not looking the part, and they told them, no, no, you can't leave that here, or no, we don't want it, you know. So you have to just remember that, because I say that because I have to be honest. Sometimes in our industry, sometimes some representatives are not keen on their appearances, okay? They don't really take into consideration that they are the people, they're selling themselves. So the more professional you look, the more receptive the more you're going to be received when you go out to market these local businesses, okay? So again, just to recap, if you want to, let's say for instance, if you want to market your area where you live, okay? So I'm going to type in, like, let's just say Wood Lake Drive. Wood Lake Drive is the street right off of the street where I live, okay? So you can do this same thing for your community as well, okay? So you can see here, this is Wood Lake Drive right here, okay? So if I click on Wood Lake Drive here, it's gonna pretty much give me an idea of all of the addresses. If you see down here at the bottom, you see here where it says 7936 through 7988. Let me get some water real quick. Okay, you see here there's 7936 through 7988. So that tells you that you have maybe about 40 addresses, maybe 30 to 40 addresses right here within this area that I can actually market or send a postcard to them and let them know that, you know, who I am. So I can send out one of my regular cards, or I can send out one of these cards, or I can just go to their house and I can just leave a brochure there. Now, back in the day before all of the telephone restrictions started, we used to use this same strategy and follow up with all of the people that we actually left brochures with. Okay. A lot of people used to do a lot of the brochure throws in the driveway. I honestly don't like doing that, but if you are successful with doing that, then I can just say go for it, okay? Or you can get on your telephone, okay? You can get on your telephone, introduce yourself to these people, and find out, you know, if they may be interested in receiving a brochure, okay? And then that way, that keeps you from leaving your materials. That keeps you from spending so much money. Okay, just tell them, you know, you're the local Avon representative. Just let them know that you're their neighbor. You was just calling to find out if they're currently being serviced by an Avon representative. If they are not currently being serviced by a representative, ask if it would be okay if you could stop by and leave a brochure. I always say that the more you do your homework and the better prepared you are, the more success you would have. I always say do your homework in advance. Now, I do know some people just generally just kind of go out and then they spend a lot of money and they spend a lot of time putting a lot of materials out there, and then you really don't have a way to follow up. When you put books up out in a neighborhood like that, you really don't have a way to follow up. I would even take a chance at putting some of my flyers. I would even take a chance at making these as flyers and putting them on the mailboxes. Okay, you can't put them inside the mailbox, but you can tape it to the side of the mailbox. I would take a chance at just going out, taping these to the side of the mailbox before I spend a lot of money in brochures, putting out brochures out there that you just really don't have the finances to really invest in. But, you know, if you take these to the copy center, and these are, you can have these printed four postcards, 4 flyers per page. This is a lot more economical for you than actually spending a lot of money on brochures, and then you're disappointed that you don't get any return from them at all. Okay, so depending on what your budget is, you just have to pretty much kind of decide what you can actually afford to invest in your business. I always say make sure that you have you set aside some funds every single campaign, a minimum of $15, okay? A minimum of $15 to reinvest back into your business. Because if you don't have any new brochures and you don't have any samples to be able to give out and to provide for your customers, then how can you grow your business? There's just no way that you can. So you have to set that budget and stick with that budget until your business starts to grow, okay? Now, if you've got the money and you can afford to invest in 100 books every campaign, go for it, okay? But however you do that, try to have some way that you can follow up, because it's very easy for you to, it can be very easy and very disappointing for you to invest and put a lot of books out there and you just don't get any return phone calls at all. I see so many people posting in groups how they, you know, even at some of these events and stuff, they give out so many materials and they don't even have a way to follow up with these people. So that's the reason why I said before you invest all of your money into all of your brochures and everything like that, make sure that you have a way that you can follow up. You need to be asking for that email, or you need to be asking for a phone number, some kind of way to follow up so that you are not wasting your money. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and open it up right now for Q&A. I pretty much shared everything that I was going to share for tonight. Is there anything that I can clarify? Are there any questions that I can answer for you? Anything that's not clear to you that I can answer for you? I'll go ahead and open it up for Q&A right now.
No, actually, everything was pretty clear. I followed it pretty good. It
Okay.
was, yeah. So no, I don't have any questions. It was pretty clear.
Great, 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 great. Okay. Anybody else? Well, the call, the call, tonight's call is being recorded. So, of course, you can always go back and listen to the replay, and I'll have it posted probably within the next hour. So you can go back and listen to the replay. Just remember the main sites that you need to visit is Google Maps. Okay, this is where we are right now. This is Google Maps, and this will
Mm-hmm.
basically kind of give you an idea of everything in your area. And once you go to Google Maps, then you just type in the street name up here and the city of where you're searching, and it'll populate for you, and you'll be able to go in and actually see everything that's within that one area. Because see right here, there's a Brooks Crossing Apartments right here. Okay.
Right.
And apartments may be another area for you to target as well. Okay. But one thing about apartments, you have, you're going to have a lot of people moving in and out. So you want to make sure that you use that reverse street directory to make sure that you're just not sending out a lot of information and nobody is actually listed or living
Right.
at that apartment. Okay. And
Right.
you use whitepages.com, it will pretty much let you know whether or not someone is actually living at that address or not. Okay, so you can use this for apartments, you can use it for doctor's offices, you can use it for residential locations, you can use it for businesses, you can use it for anything and everything. But this is how you're going to get your name out there, get your postcards out there, and start getting in front of people just by using this reverse street directory. Okay?
Hey, Felita,
Okay.
Ma'am.
I have a question. Is this on the phone maps or is this on the computer?
I'm using the computer right now.
We were asked, because I have Google Maps app, and that's GPS. It's like a GPS thing. I ain't never seen this one before. That's why I was asking.
That's a good question. Let me go to my Google Maps on here and see if I can do the same thing on my phone. Okay, here's Google Maps. Okay, and I'm gonna type in, let's see, doctors in Riverdale, Georgia. You should be able to do it, yeah, because it's populating. It's doing the same thing here. Yeah, you can do it. So when you use Google Maps on your phone, you just go right here in the search bar up here and just type in what it is that you're looking for. And see, I typed in doctors in Riverdale, Georgia, and it brought up all of these positions here in that area.
Okay, the next question I have, the postcard. You said you got that at Town and Country?
Yeah, I got the postcards. I bought these. I ordered these from Town and Country. And I think you get a total of 50 for like $10.
That's not bad.
Not bad at all. The only thing about Town and Country is that they charge you probably another $10
For shipping.
Yeah, for shipping. I bought a bunch of them. So if anybody is interested, if you're here in Atlanta area, you can buy a pack of 50 from me for $10 if you want some.
Oh, that's good to know. Okay, because I sure want some.
Okay, well, just let me know. I have a bunch of them here. I think I purchased about 1,000. And my goal is to send out at least 80 every campaign. That's pretty much my goal. So,
I never.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. I apologize.
That's okay.
I never thought about using. I mean, I use Google Maps on my phone to find. Like I'm going to directions. Trying to find something. But this thing is powerful. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know I could use my phone. We're not asking about the phone. I'm probably gonna do it on the computer. I just want to ask us while you were teaching it. I was trying to go on my Google, the Google search engine and type in Google Map. And it kept giving me the app. You know, when you type in the search engine, because I was doing it on my phone, kept giving me the app. I'm like, well, this may not be the right thing. But while I was listening to your wonderful teaching, I didn't want to interrupt you in the middle of your teaching. So I said, well, I'll wait till she finished and find out. And you said go on there for doctors. Can you do daycare centers or anything? Or just...
Yeah, absolutely. So all you do is go to Google Maps, okay? And right up here where it says search here.
Right, I'm looking, I see it.
Okay, and then type in daycare centers. Daycare centers.
Indicator.
Just or near me, because it's gonna pick up, the satellite is gonna pick up where you're located. So if you just type in daycare centers near me, it's gonna bring it up. See here, I just typed it in near me. And so these are all of the daycare centers that came up.
Oh, okay. That's a good way to do it. You try to do your fundraisers. That's why I was asking.
Exactly. That's an excellent way to do for fundraisers.
To get, because you know, by you not being a member of no organization or nothing, and that's why. Okay, I got you. Thank you.
That's an excellent way. Yeah. So just find them here.
Okay.
Here.
Oh, okay. I see you just strolling. That's an iPhone. I see you strolling through it.
No, it's not an iPhone. I have an Android.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But Google Maps is powerful. Google Maps is powerful, and using Google Maps along with white pages, you can pretty much find anything and everything that you need to find right there using those two sites.
Oh, white pages. I thought it was yellow pages. Okay, white pages. Okay.
It's white pages, yeah. Whitepages.com.
White pages. Okay, I got you. All righty then.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Are there any other questions before we close the call out tonight? Okay. All right. Well, I want to thank you for attending the call tonight. Tonight's call is pretty much the last call that I'll be doing for the year. I'm going to be doing one final call of the year on Thursday, December 27th, but I will post it in the group to let you know. But I need to take some time to just kind of step back for a minute and just kind of evaluate, you know, where I've been and what I've done for the year so that I can start planning for 2019. Okay. So I'll be posting more videos. I'll be coming in live in the group. Anytime y'all want to come in live in the group and you want to practice going live, do so. Okay, that's going to give you an opportunity to practice on coming live, going live. Okay.
I ain't never did nothing live.
Well, try it, Sandy. Try it, girl.
Try it, Sandy. Try it for real. I tried it, and now
you live now.
I'm doing it all the time.
You live right now, so I'm so nervous. That's all. I'm just nervous because I wanted to talk about perfume, but well, not perfume, skincare. But I'm nervous.
Okay, so why don't we do this? Why don't I come live in the group and then I tag you in it and you come on live with me to kind of help you overcome it, okay?
That'll work.
Okay. All right, we'll do that then, okay?
All right, then I'll be going live nationwide.
All right.
All right.
There we go. There we go. All right, ladies, thank y'all so much for joining me on the call tonight. I want to wish you all a very, very happy Thanksgiving. Please enjoy that time with your friends and your family, okay? So just look out for my videos coming up on YouTube and going live in the group. So again, thank you so much for your time tonight. Y'all take care, take charge, and I'll see you on the next call. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.